All right, folks, we're live. Well, today was a very interesting day. The last few days have been very interesting in terms of what's happened. So you had multiple deals going on, around the league. You had the Chicago Cubs doing their own fire sale. You had teams like the Dodgers and the Blue Jays and the White Sox going all in on all these guys. And then you had teams like the Houston Astros who made deals, but also at the same time stayed quiet. Okay, I'm ready. Folks, the 2021 trade deadline is in the books. And it's time for us to look forward to the second half of the season. I will keep y'all updated if we do get any late trade updates, even though I doubt we'll get any new news. We got a few trades after the deadline passed. They were being reported. So obviously those happened last minute. But we got a lot to talk about because this deadline was one of the craziest I've ever seen. You had so many stars moving teams. A lot of teams being major buyers. It was very fun to watch. We had some surprising trades, and we had some predictable trades. But yeah, we're going to go over and basically go through all the teams and say if they're winners and if they're losers. But most importantly, we're going to go through the contenders and basically determine if they won if they were winners at the deadline or losers at the deadline. So I guess let's start from the beginning. Last I can remember this week, Astros trading for Kendall Graveman and Rafael Montero from the Seattle Mariners for Abraham Toro and Joe Smith. This trade, I really liked because I feel like you get a great arm out of Kendall Graveman, who's having probably his best season. And then you get a kind of mediocre arm from Rafael Montero for pretty much nothing. I mean, Toro, he might have a bright future, but for now, you get them for visibly nothing. And then you have other trades. You have what was I seeing? You have the Blue Jays, Jose Barrios. What else did they get? I think did they get Ryan Tepera? Or am I thinking of the White Sox? Okay, so Ryan Tepera went to the White Sox. Cesar Hernandez went to the White Sox. Craig Kimbrell went to the White Sox. White Sox were obviously major sellers. They gave up Nick Madrigal, Cody. I don't really know how you pronounce his name, but it's Hewer, I guess. I don't know how you pronounce it. But you just had all these trades, all these pretty good trades. But today of all days was the big one, the day when the big trades were going to happen. Last night, Max Scherzer and Trea Turner go to the Dodgers. And LA continues to bolster their team, adding 2 more All-Stars, another MVP, a Cy Young Award winner, and you get one of the top shortstops in Trea Turner. However, you do give up your top 2 prospects in Keibert Ruiz and Josiah Gray. So the Nationals did pull the Cubs. They sold their whole team except for Juan Soto, which that's understandable, but I don't know why you would trade Turner. It just doesn't appeal to me why you felt the need to trade Turner. Because he's still young, and you could have used him as one of your main pieces of your core. The Scherzer trade, I understand. But man, the Dodgers are getting one rental on a guy they can have through next year. But what does this mean? What does this mean for the Dodgers? This probably means Corey Seager is not going to be a Dodger um, after this year because you're going to have to pay him. He might want to stay. You're going to have to pay him. No, you're going to. Sorry, you're going to have to pay Trea Turner now. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So I'm gonna give this trade an A for the Dodgers, not an A plus, an A, because you're basically okay. You get someone that will replace Trevor Bauer for the time being, and you get Trea Turner, but that also means you're going to lose one of your big guys in Corey Seager. This trade for the Nationals, they got a lot of prospects, so kudos to them, but they gave up Trea Turner, so I'm going to give them a B minus. Because you're getting prospects, yet you traded one of your big men, the guys you've been waiting for to have on your team. That trade was blockbuster. Then the Dodgers go out and get Danny Duffy from the Royals. That's big. I'm gonna give the Dodgers an A on that as well. You're getting a pretty good reliever for basically nothing. You have Chris Bryant. You have all 3 Cubs. Anthony Rizzo yesterday goes to the Yankees. I don't like that trade for the Yankees though, because he's just a rental. He'll probably be gone after this year. The Gallo trade, yes, you're going to have him through next year, but he's still not a very good hitter. He hits home runs and he can walk a lot, but he's got to get bumped that average up for me to be impressed. But you have Anthony Rizzo going to the Yankees. You have Javier Baez going to the Mets. Boy, New York is making some noise. So both Rizzo and Baez, while yes, they're going to different teams, are in the same city. But then you have the big one, Chris Bryant. Chris Bryant going to the San Francisco Giants. That was probably the biggest trade today. I like this deal for the Giants. I don't like this deal for the Cubs. While, yes, Bryant hasn't been himself this year, his prime self, the Giants are getting an all-star for not really anything, honestly. First, it was reported that the Cubs were going to be getting Joey Bart, which was the Giants' top prospect. They didn't even get that. So what do? That's kind of a waste in my eyes. That's a good trade for the Giants then. I'm going to give the Giants an A+ on that. They didn't even have to give up Joey Bart. I'm going to give the Cubs a C because they got a few prospects out of it, but they didn't get Bart. You got to get Bart. You have Craig Kimbrell going to the White Sox. That's a big get for. That's a big. That's a big acquisition. I'm gonna give the White Sox an A minus on that because you get Craig Kimbrell, you get an arm, but at the same time you're giving up Nick Madrigal and Cody Hewer. Thoughts on Rich Rod to the Giants? Plex, I think you were misinformed. Richard Rodriguez went to the Braves. But that's the other trade I did want to talk about. Richard Rodriguez to the Braves. I don't know what the Braves were doing today, going out and trying to get all of these names. I guess they were just trying to be like, well, you know what? We don't have a bright future this year, but next year we can combine these trades with our young core when Acuna gets back. I don't like it. I don't like it for the Braves. While yes, you get Adam Duvall back, you get Eddie Rosario, you get Rich Rodriguez. These are guys you don't really need. These are guys that are not going to help your chances this year. And some of these guys are going to have to be rentals. So it'll be an even bigger waste. Let's see. What else do we have? Barrios to the Jays. I thought the Twins were going to be bigger sellers than they were. They only gave up Barrios and Cruz. I thought Donaldson was going, and I thought Buxton was going. I thought when the Astros traded Miles Straw for Phil Maton, I thought they were aiming for Buxton, and that would have, man, if we had gotten Buxton, that would have blown my mind. Because then we're once again easy favorites to win the AL. Because now you're adding another big bat and pure speed to your lineup for basically just Miles Straw. But that didn't happen. The Twins did not do a very good job getting rid of the guys they needed to get rid of. Well, yes, they got rid of Barrios and Cruz, and they got a pretty good deal out of it. I think they still should have traded Donaldson and Buxton. Thoughts on Richard Rodriguez to the Braves from a Pirates perspective? That's a decent trade. I don't know. You trade him to a team that probably doesn't even need him, and somehow you get a deal out of it. I'd take that all day. You get Bryce Wilson and Ricky DeVito. Those are two big prospects in the Braves farm system. So, you know, that's a win-win for the Pirates. Phillies getting Kyle Gibson, Ian Kennedy, and Hans Kraus for Spencer Howard and two prospects. The Phillies, I don't think have a chance winning their division. I think they have a chance making the wild card, but I guess this bolsters their pitching staff because their pitching staff outside of Zach Wheeler is pretty mediocre. So this isn't a bad trade for the Phillies, but I don't see it going anywhere. And if you're the Rangers, you're getting Spencer Howard, and you're getting two other prospects. So you get what you get out of it. You're only giving up Kyle Gibson and Ian Kennedy. You were going to trade Kennedy anyways, and Kyle Gibson is over the hill. So that's a good trade from the Rangers for the Rangers. We had what else do we have? There were so many trades going on. Yankees getting Joey Gallo. I like that deal for the Rangers, not so much for the Yankees. I understand that Gallo is going to be with you through this year and next year. But like I said, not a very good player all around. Yes, he's an all-star. He's got power, but I think he's overrated. And I think you giving up prospects for him, or the prospects that you did give up for him, is a little pointless. That's just to me, but everyone seems to be very excited that they got him. Then you have the Yankees going out today after the deadline getting Andrew Heaney. Also not worried about that. I'm not worried about the Yankees. I don't care that they got Rizzo and Gallo. That doesn't concern me because I can guarantee you one of these guys they got at the deadline isn't staying. I don't think Rizzo's going to stay. I think the thing about Bryant going to SF, I don't think he's going to stay with the Giants either. I don't think Javi Baez. Well, okay, no, Javi Baez is going to stay with the Mets. I think Javi Baez will re-sign with the Mets. It was crazy today. It was very crazy. What else do we have? I'm gonna check in on Jeff Payson just to make sure that's it. It looks like the deadline is officially over. Blue Jays also got Joakim Soria, that's a solid pickup. I mean, he's kind of mad, but you got him, so all right. I'm looking through the trades because there's so many that I just forget sometimes. I do okay. The Miles Straw for Phil Maton trade. You get a prospect out of it too. You get an arm out of Maton. My only big problem is Maton's numbers aren't very good. And I just don't know why the Indians would ask for Miles Straw. I don't know why they need him. Yes, you traded away Rosario, you traded away Luplo, but in the end, Miles Straw is not a guy that's going to make a huge impact with your team. I do like this trade for the Astros, though. While, yes, losing Miles Straw is bad because he was having a very good season, a very underrated season. At least you got another arm and you're bolstering your pen. Straw doesn't have power. That's my big beef with Straw. He doesn't have power, but he is fast and he can get on base. So Miles Straw will be missed. I'm hoping that in the future we can get him back because I think that he would be a good addition. Oh, and then we had the Padres. We had the Padres getting Daniel Hudson last night. That to me was not surprising. The Padres were going to go out and get some pitchers. They need help with their bullpen and their rotation. It's not very good right now. You're getting Clevenger back next year. Like I said, I don't like the Padres getting Snell or Clevenger. Not a big believer in either of those guys. Getting Darvish, I guess, was okay, but I don't know. I just wasn't a fan of that. But you're getting Daniel Hudson, who's pretty underrated. So, good for the Padres. And then they get Jake Marisnick today. That I was surprised by. I thought the Astros were going to at least go out and get a center fielder to replace Straw. They did call up Jake Myers from AAA, hopefully to replace Straw or just, replace Chas McCormick's place on the bench because now this means Chas McCormick is going to be in the outfield more and he's going to be in our lineup a lot more, which is okay, but I really prefer Straw over McCormick. Looking through the other trades. What do we have? So, okay. I guess I want to go through the contenders here. That's right. Mariners, too. Mariners getting Diego Castillo and Tyler Stevenson. That was Mariners. I don't think the Mariners are going to be making the playoffs this year. They might make the wild card, but I don't see them going far in the playoffs whatsoever because they're not a playoff team yet, I don't think. But getting Diego Castillo, that replaces Graveman, and then you get Tyler Stevenson. And you need a catcher, so I respect that. But let's go through the contenders. So let's start with the Los Angeles Dodgers. I like what the Dodgers did, honestly. this makes them scary. They've got a stacked lineup now. I mean, an absolute stacked lineup. Trea Turner, Justin Turner, Cody Bellinger, Corey Seager, Chris Taylor. You have Will Smith. You have Albert Pujols, Max Muncy. I mean, and then on your pitching staff, Clayton Kershaw, Trevor Bauer, if he comes back, Max Scherzer, Walker Buehler. That's a stacked rotation. So I think the Dodgers are winners here, even though this means they'll probably lose Seager. So for the most part, they're winners. The Padres, very underwhelming deadline in my eyes. They got Daniel Hudson, they got Marisnik. I think they got someone else, but I don't see that. I don't see why they didn't just go ahead and get Scherzer. I don't think the Padres were in on Scherzer as we thought they were. I've been watching a lot of Talking Baseball and John Boy, and they were talking about that trade, the whole rumors with Scherzer and the Padres, and they were talking about how they didn't believe the Padres were actually in on Scherzer. They thought that the Nats were doing that to boost the price on Scherzer because they know the Dodgers didn't want the Padres to get Scherzer, so they were like, okay, this is what we got. Dodgers say, give us Trea Turner. Nats are like, okay. I'm gonna say the Padres are neutral here. They got an arm, they got a few other pieces, but it was a little underwhelming in terms of what I thought they were gonna do. The Giants. They get Tony Watson, they get Chris Bryant, and they get a few other guys. I think they made another trade, but I forgot who it was for. That's a good deadline for the Giants. They got a tough schedule ahead of them. They've got a very rough end of the season. They need to finish it out, make sure the Dodgers or the Padres don't catch them. That's a good deal. You know what they did? They saw that the Dodgers got Scherzer and Trea. Giants say, okay. And they counterattack with Chris Bryant. It's a good deal. I think the Giants are big winners here. While, yes, Bryant is probably going to be a rental, he's going to help you in the long run. You have who else? You have the Astros. I'm going to go through the Astros. Astros are winners here. A little underwhelming in terms of what they should have done. I thought they were going to go out and maybe get one bat. They didn't, but that's fine. It's fine. They bolstered that bullpen. We got a stacked offense. We bolstered that pen. I'm happy. Bolstered the pen. You get Graveman, Montero, Matan, and Yimi Garcia. 4 arms right there. While 3 of them are legit. 4. I like that. Now you can get rid of the guys in your bullpen that are killing it. So that, yes, the Astros are winners. The A's. The A's are getting. A's got Starling Marte, Yan Gomes, and Josh Harrison. I don't like the Marte deal for the A's. He might be a rental. And trading Luzardo, a guy who might have a very bright future. Now you're just bolstering the Marlins rotation. They've got a stacked pitching staff now. Now they just need a lineup, and the Marlins are going to be a playoff contender. Then you get Yan Gomes and Josh Harrison. That's a very underrated deal. They got 2 guys. They got a catcher. They got a backup catcher, maybe even their starting catcher. And then they get Josh Harrison, a bench guy. I don't think they're going to help you in the long run, but they'll help you defensively, especially Yan Gomes. And maybe they'll help you total run, but that doesn't scare me. A's still don't scare me. What else? What else? What else? Yankees. This is going to be the big part. The Yankees are semi-winners. They get Rizzo and Gallo and Heaney, but Rizzo's probably going to be gone, so you're really only going to have Gallo. And Heaney's no big deal. So, in some way, the Yankees are winners here because they are going to try to make a push at the playoffs. But you didn't get Trevor Story. You didn't get Kyle Schwarber. Trevor Story wasn't even dealt. You let Kyle Schwarber go to the Red Sox. That's what I'm talking about next. Yankees are semi-winners. Red Sox. You got Schwarber. That's it. That's about it. Nobody else. Hanzo Robles. Been terrible. Awful. No good. Very bad. Red Sox are losers, actually. The Red Sox are losers here. While, yes, you have a good team, just getting Schwarber, that's But I will give the Red Sox credit. I think it was smart of them not to get all these big names, but they did get Schwarber, so they pulled out. They got something out of it. But you did need to bolster that rotation because right now it's not looking very good. The Blue Jays, big winners. Big, big, big winners. Who the Blue Jays get? Jose Barrios, Joaquin Soria. They also got someone else. They got rid of Chatwood. That was a good move. They got Brad Hand. They're bolstering that pen and that rotation by getting Barrios, Hand, and Soria for, once again, visibly nothing. Well, yes, the Twins get the upside of that Barrios deal. It's good for the Jays. They're trying to make a push. I don't think they will make it to the playoffs, but they're making a push. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? The Rays. Luplo, Cruz. That's a loss. Now you got Nelson Cruz. You added a bat to your lineup. You got Luplo. You added another bat. But you still have a few problems with the pitching in the bullpen. So I'm gonna say that's a very underwhelming deadline for the Rays. So the Red Sox and Rays to me are losers at the deadline. White Sox, major winners. I can't deny it. Kimbrel. Did I just have a brain fart? Kimbrel. You got somebody else. What's wrong with me today? Oh. Why am I just seeing Kimbrel? Sorry, I'm taking a second to go over the deals because I just completely forgot who the White Sox got. But I know the White Sox did a very good job here. They really needed to help out their pen. Oh, they got Cesar Hernandez, yes. And then they got Ryan Tepera. Tepera, Hernandez, Kimbrel. Whoa. You got a bat while you also got two big arms. Big arms. Major winners. Major winners. That's it for the AL. I've already gone over the Dodgers. I've gone over the Giants. I've gone over the Padres. Cubs. You did what you needed to do. to do. You did the fire sale. You got prospects. You're somehow winners, but kind of neutral. Kind of neutral. Eh. Reds. You got Sessa. You got Wilson. You stayed a little quiet. I'm going to give them kind of losers at the deadline. Cardinals. You get J.A. Happ and John Lester. Big, big losers. Cardinals, I don't know what the Cards were thinking. Wait. This other team. Mets. You get Javi Baez. You get who else did the Mets get? You got Baez. I think you got a few other guys, but you got Baez. You got a bat to your lineup and someone that's probably going to stay with you long term. That's a semi-winner to me. Phillies. Freddie Galvis, Kyle Gibson, Ian Kennedy. Not bad. Add another. You got Freddie Galvis back, Freddie Gal back, and you get Kyle Gibson and Ian Kennedy back. Somewhat winners. Not really winners, but somewhat. So those are all the contenders, winners and losers. The trade deadline was full of blockbuster, unexpected trades, and honestly, I'm kind of happy it's over. For the Astros, your bullpen's better. You lost Straw, which is a bummer, but you bolstered your pen in the end. So that's it. That was the 2021 trade deadline. That was basically it. Also, the Braves got Jorge Soler. Some honorable mentions, I guess. Tony Watson to the Giants. Jorge Soler to the Braves. Michael Chavis to the Pirates. Those are just the honorable mentions, which don't really need to because they're just kind of pointless. All right, so that's going to do it for the stream, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you did like the stream, please subscribe. 75 subscribers, almost to 80. Let's get there. Comment down below your thoughts on the trade deadline. Was it and great? Tell me what your grade was of the deadline and what you thought the Astros did right. What was your favorite deal, and who do you think is going to be on the table next year? So, like, subscribe, comment. I will see you later, Astros fans, baseball fans. Go Astros. Bye, guys.